Hello, I'm Dondi. I teach at a local primary school in Balatonboglár in Hungary, and I teach in a very small school, in a very small town, in a very small country. But despite that fact, we have already traveled around the world by my students. And by my application, I want to focus on those students who can travel, who wants to open their classroom window without any support, without any kinds of background. And we solo teachers can open a window as well from a very small country, from a very small school. Okay, I want to introduce you my work. For example, in this map, we can see that we have already traveled around the world. We made a lot of online sessions and we meet online with a lot of schools around the world, and we have worked in a lot of projects. By this work, I put my emphasis on other traditions, other cultures. I want my students to learn more about other parts of the world as we cannot travel, and I want other cultures to learn more about Hungary. In this picture, I can show you that I have been invited to a lot of places to talk about our work and our tradition. We have met with a lot of students around the world, and we were talking about Hungary on Skype, on Zoom. We were on different TV programs. It's the local TV program in the USA, but we were in NBC with Natara Morales. We have already met a lot of people from Africa as well. We learn about farms, how to plant. We have more music sessions as well. We were playing classical music, classical Hungarian folk music as well, and we listened to other kinds of music from different parts of the world. And my students could speak, could make friends from students from different countries. I attended different kind of conferences as well to talk about my work. In this picture, these students are my students. We were on NBC in 2015, and we had a mystery Skype session with a school from New York. And I am usually asked to talk about Hungary, the Hungarian tradition, the Hungarian traditional food, traditional needlework, the Hungarian emblems as well. And in 2019, I visited India, and a lot of people visited my country as well. In the past, I attended different kind of teach meets to discuss different kind of topics. We were playing music to other students, to other parts of the world, and we were talking about Hungarian tradition as well. In this picture, you can see Hungarian folk dancers, and these Hungarian students were singing Hungarian folk music to, if I'm not mistaken, 2 students from India. And we played a lot of mystery Skype sessions. And in this picture, you can see Reinhard, a teacher from Germany, and he visited my home. But we have not only online lessons, but we make friendship with my students. We write mails and emails. We play music in orchestra. Sometimes I'm asked to talk about Hungary, and I was asked to talk about my work in different kinds of teachers training sessions. And you can see now a teacher from Japan visited my school, and or seller. In 2019, I visited India. It was one of the most beautiful travel in my life. It was by the invitation of Niru Mittal, who is a Skype master teacher as well, but nowadays it is called Global Mentor Program. And I was talking about the work to different kind of students around the world as well. And in this program, in this picture, you can see that once I was in New York and I was talking about my work, and I want to transform these kinds of work to the Hungarian children living in the USA. How can they get closer to the Hungarian traditions, cultures, to their Hungarian roots? Because a lot of people after 1956, after the Hungarian Revolution, left Hungary and they emigrated to the USA, and their children and grandchildren live there. And we want to have them to get back to their original country, to the original roots. Sometimes I'm talking about different kinds of projects. For example, Cahoots or Global Virtual Classroom, we won a global medal with our collaboration work in 2030, if I'm not mistaken. I'm talking about Hungary as well. So this one is my work I wanted to share you, and I want to put the emphasis on those teachers who are on their own, who don't have any support, any background, but despite the fact, we can open a window and we can help our students to learn the feeling of traveling in other countries and to help them to learn more about other countries. Thank you.